Well, back to school season is more than just a time for new notebooks, pens, and backpacks. It's a time for change.
Yes, so when there are changes in those daily routines, poisonings are more likely to occur. So Carissa McBurney from the West Virginia Poison Center joins us now with some ways to help avoid something like this happening during the back to school season. Good morning, Carissa.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, this is so important to talk about. So what type of poisonings can actually happen during the morning back to school rush? We know it's busy in everyone's households these mornings.
Yeah, in the morning it is super busy. So some of the common poisons we see are things like medication mix-ups or a double dose of medication. So an example would be a mom would go ahead and give their child their morning medication, and without realizing it, the dad goes ahead and gives them medication as well. So then they would get a double dose of that medication. The other thing is it can be really busy, so it can be easy to take the wrong family member's medicine. So maybe the brother taking the sister's medicine or mom taking dad's medicine. So it's really important that you're paying attention to what you're doing with medicine and where you're keeping it and how you're storing it and how you're making sure that the correct dose is being given.
Carissa, any advice that families can kind of share with their student? Because you know, kids sometimes dare each other to try something, and you know, it can be very easy to fall into that trap, and then all of a sudden you've taken something you shouldn't have.
Absolutely. So dares are really common between friends, especially as children get into older elementary school, middle school, and high school. You're also seeing a lot of dares now on social media or the internet. So it's really important that families are talking to their kids about dares, and families are emphasizing how important it is not to take things like pills or medications from friends. So making sure that those items that they're taking are given to them by an adult that they trust.
And Carissa, let's talk caffeine, because we know it's become so popular recently with all these energy drinks that even just the bottling is so targeted toward the younger generation. Talk about caffeine and how it could become a poison.
Yeah, so a lot of people don't realize that you can actually overdose or get caffeine poisoning. So a lot of people think that caffeine is completely safe. And while in small doses it is, if you have too much, you can actually start to get jittery, have nausea and vomiting, cause issues with your blood pressure and your heart rate. So it's really important that teens and young adults aren't consuming too much. So we really recommend to avoid energy drinks or those pre-workout mixes completely for teens. But if they are going to have one, they really need to limit it to just one. Sometimes we'll talk to kids out at schools, and they'll say that they drink upwards of 6 energy drinks a day, and that is far too much for anyone, any adult or anybody. So it's really important that they're limiting the amount of caffeine.
Yes. I don't even think our Olympic athletes drink that much, probably. Anything else?
And
Go ahead, Carissa.
Yeah, I was just going to say, on top of that, some of those teens are using the pre-workout mixtures too, which have really high caffeine content as well. So they really need to pay attention to what they're taking.
And Carissa, how is the best way to get in touch with the West Virginia Poison Center? I know you guys are always available.
Yeah, so we're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. It's a nationwide hotline number. It's 1-800-222-1222. But when you call from West Virginia, you're going to be talking to a local doctor, nurse, or pharmacist with special training in poisons. But that number is good anywhere across the United States.
That is terrific. And Carissa, thank you and all the crew that answer those phones and help keep everyone safe.
Thanks for being here, Carissa.
Thanks so much for having us.